Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In case if you're new here, thank you for clicking on this video. My name is Linda and I film videos on YouTube. Click on the subscribe button right below if you're not yet subscribed to my channel. So on today's video, I'm going to be talking about my experience with dating a younger man. This younger men are beginning to look older than they should. They're beginning to look like you could date them. So I found myself in this situation recently. How did everything end, or how did the whole thing turn out? One day I was going to the supermarket to buy things as usual after I finished my workout session at the gym, because normally some days I'm really lazy to go to the gym in the mornings. So on this particular day, it was on Wednesday, I left the gym at exactly 8 p.m. and of course I had to drive home, and driving home towards getting into my estate, I had to stop at the supermarket to buy some things like dispenser water, bottled water, and the rest of it. So after I parked my car, as I got to the supermarket and I parked my car outside of the supermarket, I was just about to walk into the supermarket and this guy was just looking at me all smiles, like it was like, hi. And I just looked at him, I said, hi. And I said, I want to buy something. I'll see you when I come out. So I got into the supermarket and I bought what I wanted to buy. And when I came out, I dropped what I bought in a car. Then I went to meet him. He introduced himself. He told me what his name was. I told him what my name was, and he said he would like to call me, but he wasn't with his phone, so he dialed his number on my phone. In fact, he saved his number on my phone. So he asked me to like flash him or something, and he would call me or whatever. What happened was he didn't call me that night. He called me the following day. In my mind, I just felt like, okay, first day you did not keep to your word. In terms of calling, when you said you're gonna call, you didn't call. I'm like, okay, that's fine. So the following day when he called, I think he sent a message on WhatsApp. I wasn't really into the whole conversation because I'm always taking note of when somebody says they're going to do something and they don't keep to their word. In my head, I already know, don't take this person seriously. Like, if you say something and you don't do it, I don't take you seriously. So because of that first example that this dude had set, in my head, I just said, don't take him straight. If he just sends a message, just respond casually. Don't attach. Don't even take anything he says seriously, because it doesn't seem like somebody that you should trust what he says. That was just what I was thinking. So he started messaging me, how you doing? Hope you slept well, beautiful. You know, when the guy starts sending all those bubbly messages about how beautiful you are and how beautiful the morning is and the rest of all that, I just responded with like one word or two words. But he was consistent, he was persistent. He kept on sending the messages. I would respond with very briefly. So later on, he called me, just wanted to like catch up, and we talked briefly, and then he kept on calling me. And like 2 days later, it was like that he's craving yam and egg sauce, that he wants to go eat yam and egg sauce. Then I was wondering, okay, if you're craving yam and egg sauce, definitely it's not me that you're thinking that's going to make the yam and egg sauce for you. Now you have to go eat it out somewhere. So he said he wanted to go eat yam and egg sauce at Mega Chicken, because there's this Mega Chicken that's sort of close to my environment. He wanted to go eat the yam and egg sauce at Mega Chicken, and I know Mega Chicken yam and egg sauce can be really, really nice sometimes, not all the times. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to name this guy Mega Chicken B. Mega Chicken B is this guy's name. So we decided that I was going to join him to go eat the yam and egg sauce. Maybe I'll probably get something. If I don't want to eat the same yam and egg sauce, I'll probably order something else. So on getting to the point where we're supposed to meet, because I didn't want to drive, and I was hoping that this dude had, like, maybe he was mobile or something. So he just assumed that because I was driving, that I was going to pick him up and I was going to drive us there. And me, I didn't want to drive. But upon meeting him at the point where I was supposed to meet him at, he said that I was hoping that from my communication with him, so it seemed like he just assumed that he was just going to join me and would go there. I wanted to just park my car in front of his supermarket, while then we would get in an Uber he booked then we go to the eatery together. But I decided to just drive because he couldn't get Ubers because it was already like around 5 p.m. And whenever it's like close of work, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. ish, it's usually difficult to get taxis because then the demand is really high. Couldn't get an Uber, so we ended up just using my car. So I drove us down to Mega Chicken. So while we're sitting there eating, we're talking. You know how you just be having conversations with the guy. You guys looking into each other's eyes. It was really so romantic in quotes. And then other guys will pass and be looking at me like, this babe. Why may I be acting like I'm not seeing them? Like I only have eyes for this mega chicken bay in front of me. I had a good time there. We talked a lot, and that was when I found out that dude was actually younger than me. I didn't know that I was older than this guy all along. It was from our conversations that I realized that I was almost 2 years older than him. But looking at him from his face, he didn't look like he was older than me. It was at that moment that I realized that, one, you're older than me. I don't think you'll be mature enough to deal with my mind and my complexities. Because I could be a bit complex to some people, even if I know in myself that I'm really simple. So I just knew at that point that, man, not gonna work. So initially I thought this particular going out to eat was we're just going out to eat. It's not a date. I didn't realize that to this guy it was a date. So it was using the opportunity where we were seated there eating together to like chike me. I don't know if you guys still use the word chike. It was using that opportunity to like ask me out if I was gonna be his girlfriend, if I was open to dating and whatever. I told him straight up that I personally am not open to dating. Like I'm really not open. I'm not ready for a relationship right now in my life. What I'm just focused on right now is just trying to grow as a person, trying to grow my business, trying to grow my brand. I'm just trying to achieve a level of success that maybe when I achieve that level of success that I desire, then I can now attract somebody who is also on that level with me. That's just my own mindset right now, because definitely why would, like, I don't know, I'm just not I'm not one of those girls that derives joy from relationships. Yeah, I know relationships can be really nice and sweet to have somebody like that you could talk to and all of that, but I don't derive joy from relationships with like men, or I've sort of groomed myself to be independent of other individuals. So I explained that to him, and he was like, that doesn't mean that so long as he's just able to call me, so long as he can just like be friendly with me and be vulnerable with me, even if I don't see him as like my boyfriend, that he just wants to be in my life. So I said, okay. I gave him the opportunity. We kept on talking, and unfortunately for me, in the period while this whole thing was happening, my finger was paining me. I was having big blue, so he bought painkillers for me. Like, this guy really went out of his way to go buy painkillers for me. And after that day we went on that date, the following day I had to go to the hospital, and I was diagnosed to have paronychia, and then they started giving me the antibiotics, which was very, very painful. Like, I haven't taken injections like that at any point in my life. Then the following day, they were supposed to sedate me and cut out my tongue so that they could press out whatever stuff was inside of it so that the pain could stop. And within the period when we went on that date, we had been talking, and I just realized that, man, this guy, like, he wanted to see me, he wanted to talk to me all the time, he just wanted to be close to me, like. But unfortunately, like, I'm older than you. I'm older than you. I was older than him. So I just kept on talking to him, like, as a friend, while he was talking to me as his babe. I was supposed to have that little surgery on my hand. I knew that I couldn't drive myself back home, because by the time they sedate me to be able to do the surgery on my to be able to drive myself back home, I didn't want to be admitted in the hospital, because it's going to make me spend more money aside from what I was already spending in the hospital. So I decided to like send him a message that I should please, that I'm supposed to go to the hospital today. If he could come and pick me, that is, maybe come to the hospital with an Uber and then help me drive my car down towards like my environment, my home environment, so that I don't really leave my car there or have to get an Uber to go home. So luckily for me, he came and helped me. When he came to the hospital, then I was still like sleeping, so he just sat down on the bedside. He was looking at me, like while I was in the bed, he was just like standing looking at me. Like when I opened my eyes, I found it quite strange. Like, why is this just looking at me? And unfortunately, he's the type of person that you cannot look at him and know exactly what he's thinking. So I just like, well, I don't know what you're thinking. Think whatever I want to think. Let me just rest a little. But I just knew in my speech, I just felt like I don't want to waste his time. I don't want to keep him here waiting while I'm just like lying down in bed here. He's probably supposed to be at his job, because where I met him at is actually in front of where he works. So it's more like he left his office to come and help me out in the hospital. So after I rested there for about maybe like 20 minutes, 30 after I came, I decided to just get up and let's leave. So I got up and it was time to leave. I went to the reception area and paid the bill for like the operation that he did and for the extra medications that he gave me, the painkillers he gave me and some other. And he also dressed the wound, so yeah. So they told me I was going to come back for some other wound dressing and some other injections afterwards. So we left. He drove me down towards that same spot where I met him. And he was still like that, I could drive you home. I was like that, no, don't worry, let me just take the car from here, because if you were to drive me home, coming out of my environment is going to be difficult for you, because you're not going to get taxi to pick you out, you're not going to get bikes, so you're not going to see any medium of coming out except you get yourself another Uber, and you wouldn't get an Uber that can take you just within the estate, so it wouldn't make sense to the Uber driver. So you might as well just drop me at that place. You might as well just parked the car in front of where we met, and I would continue driving myself home from there. So that was what happened. So after that day, we kept on talking, and the following day was not like that, man, he really misses me and would like to see me. He was wondering if I could come spend time with him at his friend's place. I said he told me it was at his friend's place. At his friend's place is really, really nice. I would like for me to just come there and spend time with him. I was not like that, man, I'm not sure I can come. I still have to go to the hospital to get my injection, and I'm not really comfortable going to a place where there's like, okay, you're there's going to be another guy, like it's another guy's house, and you are in another guy's house. Why would me, that doesn't I haven't really known you for so long, why would I put myself in a situation whereby I'm in a house with you, maybe only you, and maybe eventually somebody else? Why would I put myself in that situation? Like, I don't know how guys are able to like ask girls, okay, let me come to your house, maybe yeah, my friend comes to your house, or the guys themselves, they will be in their house with their friend and they can just invite you. I don't know if girls are able to put themselves in that situation, but for me, like in my head, I've already made out all the possible things that could go wrong. So I'm just unable to put myself in that type of situation. I've cancelled too many like meetups just because of situations like that. I don't know. I think I'm just in that point in my life where I'm too self-conscious of what is this self-conscious? I'm not very trusting of people. That's just who I'm just very careful with situations that I put myself in. So I decided not to go. So because I didn't go, he was really upset, and I was not like that, dude. See, you need to understand something. One, I'm older than you. There are too many red flags in this situation. One, I'm older than you. Two, you are not very, very comfortable yet. Like, how do you deal with somebody that's older than me? There are certain expectations I would have, and you won't be able to cater for me in that way. So there was literally no point in pursuing this. But he was still adamant that, girl, like the most important thing is like, love. He's all like lovey type. But me, like love is not going to pay my bills. Love is not going to help me be comfortable. Like, for me, it's just like comfort is the most important thing to me. And perhaps I haven't gotten to the point where I could trust you to just start going to one unknown destination. you know the worst part? Dude got angry at me when I said I couldn't come. You know, he told me that Linda Ikeji, you know, when Linda Ikeji was still dating one guy, I don't know if she was dating the guy or yeah, let me believe she was dating a guy. When Linda Ikeji got pregnant for one particular guy in question, and the guy didn't marry her, he told me that Linda Ikeji was going all the way from Banana Island to Ikate to come and meet this guy. So why can't I come from where I'm staying in Lekki to Ikota or Chevron to come and see him? If Linda Keji can do that for another guy, now why can't I do that for him? In my mind, I was wondering, like, hey, come on, I'm not Linda Ikeji. As much as, yes, Linda is my namesake, I'm not Linda Ikeji. I cannot do what she did for that guy. Maybe Linda was all loved up and she wasn't really thinking rationally, because she was like in the whole love emotion. But for me right now, like, I'm so much in my head that I can't really think about people from that flimsy emotional state. Like, I just couldn't. So for that reason, he was angry and we just stopped talking because I didn't want to go see him. So this right here has just been my experience with dating a younger man. If you've had much better experiences, let me know in the comment section. If you think I should still keep, I could still. Oh, so recently my mom came to Lagos and I wanted to go buy dispenser water at that same supermarket, and Mega Chicken Bay was in front of that supermarket. He was standing out there with his friend. Because I felt like, okay, you just stopped talking to me, no a problem now. That means we are pretty much strangers now, right? So as I walked into the supermarket, I wanted to go buy dispenser water. They told me they didn't have, so I just carried my empty bottle back. As I was just about to get back into my car, he just said, Linda. I heard, but I didn't answer him. I just carried my bottle. I was just tossing my hair around because I was slightly uncomfortable. I just kept the bottle of water in the back seat. I closed my door. Then I was now telling my mom about the whole scenario and whatever. So that was how it ended, for now. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. What has it been like for you? Have you dated a younger guy? What was the experience like for you? Let me know in the comment section. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember, be bold, have courage, live a positive life, and I'll definitely see you in my next video. Bye.